Hey folks, I'm doing things a little bit different today. Another episode of That's My Opinion. Today we're going to review Sheriff Harold's speech to the Meet the Candidate night from Thursday night. He's explaining his prop safe, and I have to say that no, I'm definitely not going to vote for it. And there's several different reasons as to why. It started out, this prop safe actually was the prop P that all the municipalities and the county sheriff's department were supposed to be working together. Because let's face it, all the police departments, all the sheriff and municipalities, all of the police officers are underpaid. I think Troy, their officers start out at $58,000 a year. Apparently, the county deputies only start out at $47,000 a year, which we can all agree is not enough money for the job that they do. I know Wentzville, I think their officers start out at around $70,000. St. Peter's, I think, is at $75,000. But anyway, right now, our officers are all underpaid, and there's got to be a way of getting them a raise. But prop safe, adding another tax onto the already overtaxed payers in Lincoln County is not the answer. We're already one of the highest taxed counties and city in the state. I think city is the sixth highest, I believe sixth highest taxed city in the state. And I think the county is like 12th highest taxed county in the state. Adding another tax on to the already overtaxed people is not the answer. We've got to come up with something different. Prop safe, they have taken the municipalities, the cities, out of the equation. The city police departments are not going to benefit from this tax increase. It's all going to the sheriff's department. My question for the sheriff's department, and I was going to ask him last night, and he got away from me, but my question for the sheriff's department, everybody's pointing their fingers at whose fault it was or whose fault it wasn't. And of course, the current sheriff is the fall guy. And it's not entirely his fault. He can only do so much with what he's been given to work with. The blame on this whole situation should go to the county commissioners. Somebody should have been overseeing the money coming into the sheriff's office. And like Sheriff Harold said in the previous video, the federal prisoner program that was bringing in the bulk of the money for the sheriff's department started slowing down 2-3 sheriffs back. Why didn't county commissioners realize or recognize the fact that the funds coming into the sheriff's department were starting to decrease? And why didn't they make adjustments to the budget? And in the first place, why hasn't the sheriff's office been budgeted properly all along? Instead of depending on the federal government, sending prisoners, that's a pretty iffy thing right there. You can't always depend on the bad guys getting caught or the bad guys even doing anything. So if you're dependent on federal prisons coming into your jail, that's a little short-sighted, I think. Why can't the county commissioners budget properly to include the sheriff's department? And then when we get federal prisoners in, or state prisoners or whatever it is, that money goes right to the coffers of the sheriff's department to help with the extra stuff. That should be extra money. It shouldn't be money to run a whole department on. Maybe that's ideal thinking, I don't know. But one thing for sure, the sheriff's department has not been included into the budget. It sounds like another case of improper budgeting as opposed to not enough tax money. Whether you know it or not, Lincoln County is the 6th wealthiest county in the state. Why doesn't the sheriff go to some of the businesses and different people and ask for the donation to help them over this hump rather than put a tax on it? Has no sundown clause on it. It is going to probably be in perpetuity. The tax is going to be there. We're never going to get out from under it. I agree. The police need to be paid more. The sheriff's department needs to be paid more. But there should have been more thought put into this proposition. If they really wanted to help the county with this proposition, why did they cut out the cities, the municipalities? they're not even going to get a thing. And from what I understand, Sheriff Harold just announced it to the chiefs of police in the county that they weren't going to be included in this. I think that was totally wrong, especially when a lot of the police departments worked so hard to get it passed the first time, and with Prop P, and it failed. Why weren't they included this time? I know with the city of Troy, if it had been left up to the city of Troy, it would have passed. There was, more percentage of Troy voters voted for Prop P. But now that Troy has been cut out of the equation, I don't think the people in the city of Troy need to vote for this, because we're not going to get any benefit from it, because the city of Troy doesn't use the county facilities. If the city of Troy puts a prisoner in the county jail, that prisoner is automatically turned over to the state. The state prosecutes, and the state pays for the room and board for that prisoner. And as far as their using their crime scene units and that kind of stuff, I was told by a high official in the city of Troy that Troy very seldom uses their equipment, or their personnel. So basically, the people of Troy, if they vote for this, they're just giving their money away. It doesn't benefit the city of Troy. It doesn't benefit us at all. And there's got to be a better way, rather than taxing people that are already overtaxed and overburdened. Now is not the time to be taxing people. That's just how I feel about it. I support the police. I used to be a police officer, and I think they don't get paid what they're worth. And that ought to be a problem of the county commissioners, not a problem of the taxpayer. The county commissioners need to be more prudent with their budgeting. They need to allow money for the sheriff's department instead of just piling on to the taxpayer. There's got to be a better way. And, for people to just outright blame the sheriff's department for this debacle, I don't see that as fair either. The people you should be blaming are the county commissioners. And that's just like with our police department in the city of Troy. The people that should be blamed is the administration. And I know for a fact that Mayor Sconce fights any improvements to the city police department every time it comes up. And there's video evidence of it on News and Views on Troy News and Views on YouTube, if you want to go look for yourself. But you need to start speaking up. You need to start contacting your county commissioners, and city board of aldermen. That goes for all cities in Lincoln County. All of the cities have the power to do what they need to do. Taxpayers have a right to speak up. They have a right to say what they think and how they feel about this situation, because we pay our taxes, and where does our money go? Apparently it's not going to the sheriff's department. Apparently it's not going to the police department here in Troy. I don't know about Ellsbury. I don't know what they do. But maybe a proper budget would be the thing to work for, rather than taxing the citizens. It's gotten out of control. So that's my opinion. Nothing against any of the police officers. We've got good police officers in this county, probably better than what we deserve. But we need to take care of them. The money's there. It just needs to be budgeted and spent right. That's my opinion. If you disagree, you're free to jump on and give your opinion. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.